Okay.
Hey.
Cool. Cue the music. I really wish that this thing would actually have music and it'd be like introducing us like da na na na
I don't hear
na.
that.
No?
No.
Okay, that's cool. Well, today we are with Hanna. Hanna, I don't want to butcher your last name. Please say it, and you probably say it so much better.
Don't bother. I'm just okay with people presenting me as Hanna from Angel Wings, so.
But you do say it Babanakava.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Did I put the right accent on it?
Yeah. You're one of the few.
Okay, cool. Well, awesome, you guys. Thank you for joining. I'm Lulu Superville with Huga Beauty, and I'm interviewing today Hanna Babanakava from Angel Wings. She's out in Canada. Woo! And I had the pleasure of getting some of her time today. You actually have another interview today, right?
Yep.
Yep. Who is that interview with?
That will be with the Skin Games organizers.
Oh, that's awesome. And we're going to chat a little bit about that here coming up in our conversation. But let's get to it. So now I want to introduce Hanna a little bit more. You are pretty much an international champion. You're a judge, a speaker, a trainer. You have your own product line, and you have your own magazine.
Yep. And I still compete in competitions.
You do? Okay, that's awesome. And
oh, you disappeared. Don't leave me here. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I thought I would like take down this myself and then put up your magazine picture.
Okay.
But I guess when I go down, my voice goes down too.
Don't
So
leave me here. Scary.
that's okay. So this, guys, is her magazine, Global, Lash Global.
Yeah, that's the last issue.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know. I had it in the bag. I met Hanna. I met you at the Big Texas Lash Conference for the first time, and I thought that was so neat. You talked about money, finance, and how to like help yourself, like just manage your money.
Lash industry.
Say what?
Money brought me to lash industry.
Well, I think it does for everybody, right? I mean, we go into doing something, but not only because we love it, but because, hey, guess what? It's going to be a financial stability for us.
Yep.
So today, so actually talk a little bit about your Lash Global. How did you get that started?
I'm a graphic designer. Now I'm a graphic designer with 15 years experience. I was working for wedding magazines. I was working for another lash magazine. What our cooperation didn't work that well, so I thought, why not? I have the skill, I have some experience in making magazines, and I've decided to just put it together. And when I came to Canada a few years ago, I just made a little research and found out there's not so many lash magazines out there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I think your magazine's great, and you tailor to what, like the photo on here, you tailor to fantasy stuff, fantasy lashes.
That was my first ever lash art.
That is so cool. Wow. We're going to talk about her fantasy lashes a little bit here later in our conversation. But I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty because I know you only have a limited amount of time. And we were going to talk today about, you wanted to, there I am. I know. I'm so sorry. I keep clicking buttons. Forgive me.
It's okay.
So if you're listening to this and not watching live, I just keep taking myself out of the picture. And she's like, don't go away. So we're going to talk today about one of the topics you wanted to cover was networking. Why network? Why is it so important? So for you?
For me, as I'm already a brand holder and a trainer, I can get more contacts with people. And as I'm just moved to Canada, I can say like only 3 years, I don't have a lot of people to speak about lashes, because my husband will probably go crazy if I speak only with him about lashes. So that's probably my type of communication, just to chat, just to have fun, just to share our, concerns or something, or now cool stories about clients and stuff. But also, of course, that's, getting new friends out there, because it's not so good working for me to get friends to my business, but it's very good working to get business relations to friendship, actually. I don't know if it works for everyone, but for me, it works pretty well.
That's awesome. And where are you originally from, Hanna?
I'm from Belarus. My father
okay.
is from Siberia. He's Russian, and my mother is Belarusian.
Wow, I love your accent. I could listen to you all day.
I can speak with Russian accent if you want.
Oh, I know. We just interviewed Irina, and she
Oh,
had
yeah.
her Russian accent. So I was like, oh my
Right.
gosh, like you sound so good. That's awesome. And so you network, not, I mean, networking has taken you a long, long way because I've seen that your career, I mean, that's all you've done when you first started. I mean, you were networking, you entered your first, like your fantasy competition, you got asked to speak, and you just kept on going up and up and up. And it all had to do with actually talking to people and getting to know people.
How do I?
No, I said that I was just confirming that that's what you pretty much did. But like, yeah, I want to know so explain to other lash artists or other people out there, like, how do you network? I know people, it's kind of out of their comfort zone sometimes.
Oh, it is out of comfort zone. I didn't plan to go to competitions, and I tell it in most of my speeches when I touch competitions. I never planned to go competition to compete. I was scared. Of course, I was scared. That's why I was not planning. But I wanted to know how to do a good job. I wanted to go to a competition preparation training, which I did. But my trainer just pushed me there, pushed me to the competition. And she told
Wow.
me, if you go to competition, I will give you the training. If you don't, I will not. So
Wow. So
I
she gave
had
you an
to.
ultimatum.
Yeah, so that's what I basically do for my students as well. I push them to competitions, and they get, sucked into this, and they get used to it, and they are not afraid anymore.
That's so
And
good.
when you go to competitions, you meet a lot of people, a lot of famous people in lash industry, and you kind of blink every time they see you there. They see you there, and there is also a girl that I was competing with many years ago. Now she's a good trainer, also a judge. And I was like, okay, is it you who was competing with me that year on that competition? She's like, yeah, it was me. So you know people, you maybe don't know the name, but you meet them all the time. So occasionally we get connected and maybe something works out.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. And so what drove you, like really, what drives you in the lash world? Because I love asking people this because I really want to get down into the nitty gritty of the base of what drives you to do what you do.
Well, to events, of course, I like events, but as well, that's because of what I do, because I need to promote my brand, promote my courses, promote myself as a brand, and get more connections. And as a lash artist, that's probably a little bit of competition all the time. I'm this kind of a person who wants to overcome fears, overcome my quality of work, current quality of work, to, I don't know, overcome some inconveniences in time. It's always a challenge, not with someone, not necessary, but maybe with my current position. I want to get something higher and higher and higher.
Right. So for you, it's the drive. It's the I guess
Raising your plank all the time.
right. That's good.
Because sorry, I was trying to find the profession because I do a lot of stuff. I was trying to do the profession where I could give my most, I could show my most that I can. So
Yeah,
lucky appeared to be the one.
and you found that in competing, judging, like what is it that really fulfills you in that? Like, is it a little bit of everything, or is it like what is it that you do most that you really feel like, oh my gosh, this is the part of lashing, the industry that I absolutely love?
It's probably a little bit of everything, and the most that I like is not the process of competing, it's not the process of judging, it's the preparation, it's the communication, is that you really get to know people.
Yeah.
What do they have in mind? And as I'm also organizing competitions and championships and conferences, we share ideas, marketing ideas, business ideas. It doesn't matter if you're an organizer, even you can give good ideas to everyone, and then they get implemented in the work, and then the industry gets better and better, and events are more useful, and you get a lot of information. Even if you sit on the same table as a competitor or as a participant, you can share your thoughts and knowledge, and sometimes you get more than on any other lash training.
Yeah, I love that. So it's a lot of it. I mean, you're right. It's about collaboration, and big businesses know this.
Yeah, and we have double trainings as well. That works.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. So you really know your stuff. I love it. Woo!
Thanks.
You guys, she is really amazing. Hanna, I'm actually going to post up here really quick so you guys can see. You guys can go check her out and check out her work on Instagram. It's Angel Wings Beauty CA. So CA is the Canada,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool. So you guys go ahead and check her out. Add her to your Instagram. She's really, really great. How would you let people know how to subscribe to your magazine?
The point is, we don't have subscription yet because I'm not sure if it will be 3 times per year or 4. So I don't know when to charge people. So you just can go to my shop and buy there the copy as soon as it's available. Usually PDF goes right away on as soon as I put it together because I'm the designer of the magazine. And probably in a month or month and a half, we get the paper copies.
Okay, perfect. Cool. All right. So you guys heard her. Just go on her website and you can just buy the magazine right straight off of her when she comes out with her new release. Or if they do it now, they get the previous edition, right?
They will get the same that you showed me. It was issued in August.
Right. So this one. Okay, perfect. Cool. And so I really wanted to, we kind of wanted to cover another relatable topic about, we were talking about, there it is.
I always have them somewhere nearby.
Oh my gosh, that is so, is that hold on, hold that up again for everyone to see. Let me pull this down really quick.
That's a December issue.
That's the December issue.
December.
Wow, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. And so,
okay, I think we're going to got this one as well, no?
No, we didn't get that one. I think you only had like 2 of them or 3 of them at the conference.
2 of them.
Yeah, I think you gave one to my mom.
Okay.
And she was bragging about it.
Okay.
So we wanted to touch up a little bit on, I guess, another question that you wanted to pose is how did Lash Comps make you, like, how did Lash Competitions make you a better lash artist?
When I compete, even now, like before, I didn't understand anything, and the competitions didn't give back the scores first. So we didn't know what to do. We just did what we did, and we got the results. The lash technicians, lash judges had this score, criteria, and we didn't know. So after that, they started to give the paper with the results, and you can see, like, if the maximum point is 10, and if you got 6, for example, that's really low, then you have to just get to this criteria, let's say inner corners, which is an issue for many people. You didn't fill in, so you need to make sure that next time you will just fill in all the lashes in the inner corners. And if it's just coverage, then you need to cover more lashes. So basically it shows where is your weak point and where is your strong point as well. And also when you do competitions, you try to do it as much accurate as possible. So when I compete last time, it was just recently, I understood that on my actual clients, like daily clients, which I have probably 6 people only, I get much more accurate because I'm used to do competition models, and then I transfer this skill to my clients. I don't do it for purpose. It just happens like this.
Right. It's a natural it's a progression. Like you know where you need to work on, and you start naturally focusing on that during your actual clients.
Yeah, but for competition as well, I do a lot of preparation. For example, if I need to do classic and volume, last time I did 9 models and chose only 2.
Oh, so for your competition.
Sometimes I see that I made a mistake on a very nice model, and I ask her to come again, and then I do the perfect job.
Okay, and you're talking about more like online competitions.
I take part in any, but lately, of course, I cannot just travel and compete.
Right. It does cost a lot of money. I know. I just did an interview with TV Kim, and she was crazy. That was so amazing. She did like 8 months in a row competing. I'm like, how do you have like the time or the money for that? That's crazy.
Yeah, she was one of my first competition preparation students.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And now look at her, she's speaking.
Yeah, we trained together. This May, she was a judge at my event, and we made a double training for our guests.
That I know. And then you just announced the winner for that. Was that the online one, the Fantasy Lash one?
Oh, I mean, this was just the announcing. But I mean, for my competition, we were making the course together.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, and who better to make an actual course or, organize that than the people who actually, competitors, you're in it. You've done it so many times. You know exactly what you should and shouldn't do or how you want to do it.
That's easier.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. And so tell us a little bit about the fantasy lashes, because I don't know if you guys know, Hanna is going to be speaking at our conference, the Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference and Competition. And we asked her to come and speak and really talk to you guys about fantasy lashes. It's not big in America. A lot of girls they either they haven't heard about it or they just see pictures and they're like, oh, that's kind of a cool like lash art. But they don't realize that it actually is like getting to be a little bit bigger. So I wanted to ask her to talk about that, just a little bit teaser for her talk coming up in April.
Well, I can just tell that in America, it's really just coming in, because when I started with the biggest competitions in Russia, and it was really hard to compete with all these good making lashing people. So when I saw lash art, that was the only. On my first competition, I took all the categories. I usually take as many categories as I can, and I didn't do lash art. And there were only 4 models there. So I just regret so much that I didn't participate. But it's also a very huge job, a very good preparation, because it's not only lashes. Of course, it's about lashes, but it's also maybe a teamwork of hairdresser, stylist, makeup artist, of course. So maybe you need to have someone who does body art, who can handcraft a lot of pieces of, decorational stuff. It's hard job, but it's paid off with lots of publications, sharing the internet. Like, you create something unique, because no one ever can repeat the same lash art. Even if you do this different models with the same decoration, it will not be the same.
Exactly. I know. I'm going to throw up here a picture really quick. And this was a recent picture, let's see, of a fantasy lashes, some lash art done by Catherine Elliot. If you guys don't know Catherine, she was the organizer of the Texas Big Lash and Brow Conference just this past September. Yeah, September, October. Oh my gosh, I'm like losing my mind. Yeah, September. And so this is something that she actually did, and she made these beautiful, beautiful. Like, look at her, like.
Yeah,
very.
She's going to also train with me for competition preparation, but that was a day when I gave her an advice: take something, that will catch attention, and she took the rabbit.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I love that. It's very, very, like, it is what it is. It's very fair.
And I remember that because I was the judge on this competition. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember the rabbit. I don't remember the work.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So if you guys can't see this, if you're just listening, it's Catherine did a model, a beautiful redheaded girl. And she dressed her up in like a blue, light blue and pink and purple and yellow, like fairy outfit with lots of flowers in her hair, purple, like eyelashes. And she's holding a cute little white bunny.
Yeah. And sometimes, as you can see, just a few quick chats with a person can just change all your game.
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing. So yeah, this was again by Catherine Elliot. If you guys, she's actually the couture lash designer. So go ahead and do that. She did beautiful work. So that's what you pretty much do. That's what, I mean, you're going to be talking about this coming April. You're going to really in depth, getting that actually out there. I would love to see it more happening in America.
Yeah, I will tell from the beginning to the end how to prepare, how not to be afraid. Of course, it takes a lot of work, especially if you do full the costume all of yourself. It can take you a few months of preparation, but you should not be afraid of that. So if you're a really creative person, you may just get into this and you will like it and you will then never stop, especially if you win something.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And then the criteria for the fantasy lashes is very different than, like, let's say you're lash competing and just doing like a classic or volume set, correct?
Yes, of course. You cannot just dig into this mess of flashes because you will ruin all the decoration. So we have absolutely different criteria.
Okay, perfect. I love that. And it's very more open because it's, I guess, is it less stressful to do something like that versus a lash competition?
I'm not sure what is that.
So, I mean, because they're not really like what you said, they're not like going in there and checking the work. They're mainly checking the overall, the look, the style, everything like that. Is it less stressful on the girl because it's like the lash competitor, because it's not necessarily
the technical criteria that we check. It's the
Okay.
creativity, the general taste of a person, of course, because I can tell you right away there was a work of Phoenix. It was probably a year or two ago, but I remember this work because the person was amazing. It was yellowish, reddish, all this fiery girl with body art, and then she had the black wings. Like, I understand that has to be a bird, but without these black wings, all this red fire would be amazing. So sometimes, really, some details are not meant to be here.
Right, right. Okay, cool. Well, that is so awesome. Hannah, I want to thank you so much for coming on
Thank
here. Do you
you.
want to tell our viewers, our listeners, anything else that they, anything else at all?
Well, first, I can invite to my event that will be next August in the end in Toronto. There will not be just a conference. There will be a boot camp, and you have a lot of, physical and mental connection to real people. We are all real people, the trainers that come, and we
Right.
also will have the Niagara Falls trip for a day. That's the first news. We will
So wait,
announce.
say that, repeat that again. What it's going to be there? Because you
It's
broke
gonna
out.
be the event, the competition. I cannot call it conference. That will be a boot camp
Right.
with lots of hands-on practice, some paper printed information, 6 certificates. So it will be really educational thing when people will get involved all the time. That I will try to do that, and the Niagara Falls excursion for VIPs.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. And that's
That's
next
the first
April. Do you
one.
have the date?
So don't be afraid to go to the events. You'll definitely learn something new. So just yours will be in April, right? I
Yeah,
will
ours
be
is in
there.
April.
So
Yours is in
if
August.
you're my student and you see me, so I will be glad to see you there as well in Arizona. In Arizona, weather is always nice, so just make sure you come to see me.
Yes,
And
exactly.
there are a lot of great speakers as well, so you'll
Oh,
definitely learn something new.
good. I'm excited to see more information regarding that. So, and where can they find more information? Is it all going to be on your Instagram page?
It's not announced yet. It will be announced within 2 weeks. We are
Okay.
just chatting about the place.
Ooh, okay, guys, there you go. You guys got basically the first insiders on what she's doing up in, you said Toronto, correct?
Toronto, yeah.
Toronto, Canada. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day just to chit chat with me and just talk about little things here in the lash industry and about what you do in your work. You are an amazing person, and I'm so honored and so excited to have you here at our conference next year.
Thank you very much. That's very brave and very, very stressful work to put together a competition event. I know that, and you will now take
Oh
this.
yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm a little over my head, but we don't grow if we're not challenged. And
Of course.
so, we may have ups and downs and some things might not go the best way, but there's always room
Yes,
for
good luck
improvement.
to you with organizing.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you so much for inviting.
Thank you so much, Hannah. We will talk to you later and keep an eye out for her. I'm going to be announcing her soon. Well, she's already announced, you guys. But I will put her photo up on the Instagram page and getting her out there. You guys can get to know her more on her Instagram. So thank you again, Hannah, and you have a
Thank
great
you
day,
so
babe.
much. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.